We live along the estuary watershed of the Delaware River, and 8 million people are affected by it.
I think the river is dirty, but I don't think it's gross to swim in it because it's like swimming in the ocean. There's like fish and stuff, so it's gonna be dirty, just not like harmful dirty, I guess.
No, because all water is the same.
Yes, because they put chemicals in it.
I used to think swimming in the river was dirty, but Devin made me swim in it every day of summer, so now I don't.
Major discharges along the river, like oil plants, sewage treatment plants, different industries, nuclear power plants, and people littering, are responsible for this.
See it, but Megan Fitzpatrick from Environment New Jersey says 6.7 million pounds of toxic chemicals were dumped into the Delaware River in 2010. She says this should be especially alarming to New Jersey residents because the Delaware River provides drinking water to millions of people in the Garden State.
The biggest thing that most people probably think about is what's going to affect me, so the human health impact. So the chemicals we're seeing are things like benzene, arsenic, mercury.
A report by Environment New Jersey, a nonprofit environmental activist group, documented and analyzed dangerous pollutants in America's waterways in 2010 by compiling toxic chemical releases reported to the United States Environmental Protection Agency. The report says that 226 million pounds of toxic chemicals were discharged into 1,400 waterways across the country. Among them, the Delaware River, which ranked the 5th worst of all U.S. rivers. 19th on the list was Moses Creek in Union County. Two companies in particular were cited as top polluters in New Jersey.
The DuPont Chamber Works in Salem County dumped over 5.4 million pounds of these toxics into the waterway. And they were actually the 4th biggest polluter in the entire nation, which is a big deal. The other big polluter in this state is ConocoPhillips up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and they were also high on the list.
But the DEP rejects this report. Spokesperson Larry Raganese calls it irresponsible and the facts sketchy. He says the DEP does not allow toxic chemicals to be dumped into our waterways. What is being discharged by companies like DuPont Chambers Works, he says, is a processed byproduct that is not toxic. A statement by DuPont Chambers Works points out the majority of the company's wastewater discharges are nitrates, which it claims are less harmful to the environment. And DuPont says the company has reduced its releases by 60% since 1987.
Before 1972, untreated sewage was allowed to be released into the river. Since 1980, over $1 million has been spent on improving wastewater facilities. What can you tell me about the water quality in the Delaware River?
Looking at fishing magazines, there used to be a very large oxygen block around the city of Philadelphia. About 10 miles the river could not support any life because the oxygen was so low. And the fishing magazines talks about the bass fish being back and fishing along the Philadelphia docks. So that indicates that the river is a lot cleaner than it used to be. And there's also evidence about the sturgeon, which used to be a world center for sturgeon on the Delaware River here, as witnessed by our mural down in the cafeteria. But the sturgeon now are back in the river. They're starting to find them again. So we have to be looking at a change in the river quality, that it is getting better. And if they keep up good things like not fracking in the Delaware River Valley, things that could introduce more pollution, then I think we're on the way to recovery.